Over on ESPN.com, you'll find the ESPN Insider Notebook, where there is talk of Aurelien Tchouameni being the replacement for Paul Pogba at Manchester United. Jules Laurent, what's the story here?
It's a good story because Aurelien Tchouameni is the name now for a lot of big European clubs on everybody's lips, because he's been fantastic with France since making his debut last month. He's been very good with Monaco, not just this year, but also last season. Since Niko Kovac arrived at the club, he's taken him to another level. And at 21 years old, with all the quality that he has and being almost a complete midfielder, I think he's very appealing to a lot of clubs. So Manchester United, of course, have to already think about what could happen if Paul Pogba leaves, and of course Pogba can stay, and maybe they can also sign Tchouameni. But certainly in case of a departure from Paul Pogba, then I think Tchouameni is very much quite high on the short list of who could come and replace him in midfield for Manchester United.
Good replacement for Pogba, Craig?
Well, you never know when a player moves country to different clubs how it's going to work out, but as Joe said, he's a very talented young man who's come a long way. He's playing international football now as well, so that French squad is not an easy one to get into. Big and strong and powerful and young. Look, I don't think there's any issue in Man United. There's two people I don't think Man United should be fussed about going from that football club. One is the manager, and the other is Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is a talent. He started this season, he's got no goals, by the way, but he's got plenty of assists. I think 4 of them in the game against Leeds, and everybody was waxing lyrics about this great performance. And listen, it was good passing, but Leeds were the most open team on the planet for the second year running. Let me tell you, in the Premier League, in almost 2.5 years in the Premier League, well, not quite halfway in the season, he's got 4 Premier League goals. What? Is that enough for a player of that talent? So no, I would not be fussed if I was Manchester United to get this player out the door and at least get something. As for his replacement, I don't know. I can't answer that. All I can say is I think Paul Pogba's heart is set on playing in continental Europe, not in the UK, and he has not performed consistently enough to get value for money that Manchester United need.
Frank, what do you think of what Craig's saying here?
Well, it's interesting because if we compare the Pogba from the national team and the Pogba from Manchester United, there are question marks, you know. If I see Pogba with the national team, I would say that Tchouameni has still to work very hard to reach the same level. But when I see the Pogba from Manchester United, that's a possibility to see him leaving and seeing Tchouameni coming. Now, having said that, you know, Tchouameni is young, he's 21 years old, he's going to cost around 60 million euros to leave. There are other clubs interesting. Real Madrid is also aiming to get him. So it's not going to be easy for Manchester United to hire him. It's going to be difficult. But it's especially the Pogba's issue that they have to sort out, you know, whether he's going to stay or not. Then after, you can think on Tchouameni. But you cannot double them, because otherwise you're going to have a problem, I think.
And I think the other side of the coin is like, we know Man United have got a lot of money and they've got a lot of clout, but even their owners, the Glazers, have got to be sitting and saying, well, listen, you know, as Frank said, that's a lot of money, and we've got all these stars here, we've already brought these stars in, and by the way, one of them, Jadon Sancho, who was, I don't know if he was the most expensive, but he was close, he's up there or thereabouts, he's not even playing and has struggled so far when he has got game time, and the reports out there is he hasn't been very impressive in training, didn't play for England much under Gareth Southgate at the Euros, and maybe we're starting to see why. So I think there is some questions for Man United to ask about just going out and splashing cash all the time when they've done it so far, and it hasn't always, to this point, worked out.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.